Well, so LSG, you can say, took some sort of a revenge from what happened last year when these two teams met at this very ground. I mean, probably one of the matches which played a big role in LSG getting their captain changed and all those things. So, I mean, you maybe not exactly the way SRH beat them last time around, but surely, I mean, uh, you can say close enough because the way, particularly Pooran and Marsh played, yeah, SRH had lost a few wickets at the back end of the chase. LSG lost a few wickets at the back end of the chase, which led to the chase getting delayed a bit, I would say. But mostly, I mean, the game was done and dusted by 10 overs. Proof that it was just a mere formality as it looked so. Yeah, Cummins took a couple of wickets. I think Harshal Patel took one blinder of a catch, but again, Abdul Samad finished it off quickly. So, yeah, to be honest, it was a one-sided affair in the end. But probably, I mean, more than the batting, the one thing I would look to give credit to is the bowling, LSG's bowling, because prior to this match, there were talks from all the analysts, all the channels, and everywhere that mostly SRH would try and score huge, maybe even 300 was on the cards against this LSG bowling lineup, which didn't have that much of an experience or sort of big name reputation in it. I mean, with Shardul Thakur and some inexperienced young bowlers in Digvesh Rathi, Prince Yadav, Bishnoi also hasn't played.
Some new spinners are also
Yeah,
there.
Bishnoi has been there, but Digvesh Rathi is that spinner. Then they have Shardul, they have even Avesh doesn't have
I
a very
think we
good
are forgetting one
reputation.
more. I think there is one more spinner. I think forgetting that name.
No, Manimaran Siddharth didn't play today.
Okay,
So
okay,
it
okay.
was it was Rathi and Bishnoi. But probably, I mean, the surprise was Shardul Thakur because last 2 to 3 years he was getting smashed everywhere, wherever he was playing, whether it was at KKR or DC or CSK. But today, I mean, on that kind of a track where SRH have made it sort of a fortress, you can call it, and I mean, the kind of batting they have and the kind of batting they exhibited even in the last match against the Royals. So getting 4 wickets for 34 runs on that track, I mean, that just changed the game altogether. And once SRH couldn't score even 200 on that pitch, it was LSG's game to lose, to be honest. So I think, yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Abhishek can speak about
I
his
think
views
second
now.
innings less than 200 runs, and I think like if you are restricting, I think SRH a team like the SRH complete in the home track, anything less than 200, I think the second innings I think belongs to, and that's what I think LSG has showed the likes of Nicholas Pooran. I mean, what a brilliant batter he has been for all the franchise. You say you take the USA league, you take any league around the world, and he has been consistent throughout all the leagues. And then comes Mitchell Marsh, who has been also like terrific like the first two games. So I think the LSG batting was never in question. The only doubt we were having is the bowling, and I think today they clicked with the bowling too.
Yeah, surely. I mean, uh, that was where they won the game, and then I mean the batters just did their job. But I mean, surely they couldn't have lost it after restricting SRH to 190 odd. So the bowlers really and they bowled to certain plans. I mean, even if you see that first power play, they kept on bowling wide lines to Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma. So they
Yeah,
had
they bowled with
plans,
a plan.
and they came with
Yeah,
some good plans for all of the batters, and that was really a good thing. So I think Shubhradeep has also joined us. So yeah, Shubhradeep, what your views? So I was just saying that it was at this very ground last year when these two teams met that a lot happened between an owner and the captain, and probably something that played a role in the captain getting changed and whatever. But LSG gave a fitting reply. I mean, they showed that they have learned from their mistakes and they came back strongly.
Yeah, I think at the start, one of the things obviously most of the people obviously have impressed being with the bowling performance of LSG. But I think the field positions they put, especially at the start, to Travis Head was excellent. Someone lived this Travis Head play. The ball actually went straight to the fielder. Almost they knew even before the ball bowled where the ball will go. So that is a good thing. I think Rishabh deserve a lot of lot of credit for the captaincy, credit for the way he has changed the bowlers. I think the way he has, exchanged the bowlers brilliantly. Even the field positions, I think, was great. Also, I think this is the kind of a process that other teams will now follow up. Pitrabi said, let's not give him a free boundaries at the start. Once you kind of cage him under a bit of pressure, he will one of those batters who want to play with aggression, want to show one of the batters who want to hit a few boundaries at the start of his innings to get rhythm in his side. So I think that is something that the other teams will follow up a bit more as we go along in the tournament. I think as the kind of a bowling lineup we displayed or they displayed, excuse me, that displayed in the last game against Delhi, it is a far better performance, far better performance, especially in the middle overs. Middle overs is very important. One of the things the Sunrisers did, which I'm not really happy with, is keep on going with the same firepower even after losing wickets. I know it's a modern T20 and you have to do it. Most of the games or most of the times, Punjab did it last game when they made those 240. Shreyas, even after losing wickets, kids just started with the same boundary. Even Marcus Stoinis, when they're 108 before, just lost in Glenn Maxwell, they kept on going with the same boundary plans. But Sunrisers had the chance. They had a bit of power towards there. And they couldn't have reached the 190 mark had Aniket Verma and Pat Cummins didn't hit those big boundaries. So they could have actually been destroyed for 150. Because they hit those boundaries or over boundaries towards the end from Verma and Cummins, the score looked a bit respectable, but it actually wasn't supposed to be great. Their bowling performance now will be under a bit of a scanner. Sunrisers' bowling performance will be under a bit of a scanner. If you're going to leak so many runs, then how can you defend totals when you're going to travel to Wankhede or Bangalore or other grounds? The bowling performance also, the spin department, very funny. Spin department is very funny. I thought they would go with Rahul Chahar and Adams Zampa both, but decided to go only Zampa, which is not going to work at all.
Yeah, I mean, SRH's
Even
bowling
when they're
lineup,
moving to
I think when they built the team, they only built it on the
the
philosophy that we will score high runs and never let the bowlers come under pressure.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
that means if you are bowling first and you are leading, that means the
I think,
batsmen will come and always chase down more than 250 always in the innings.
yeah. So I mean, to be honest,
The
and
pressure
this
is
will
on batsmen.
and this will
Yeah.
also give some sort of confidence to the other teams that SRH can very well be beaten in Hyderabad. There might turn out to be a scenario when someone meets them in the qualifier one or eliminator also in Hyderabad, and I mean, this thing will definitely
And
boost the team up.
considering and Hyderabad's weakness in run chases also, I think that is also they need to figure out. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Another point is that I got to mention is the batting lineup. When you lose a couple of wickets, you should have. I mean, they got a few wickets, but they didn't get many balls. I mean, we
your net is
talking in a
stuck.
group. We're having a bit of a chat in another group, and we're having a bit of a chat in one of those groups, and one of those guys said that Nitish Shetty has batted. He seems to have come to the crease in the morning, and even in the evening hasn't scored runs as he should have been. Travis had got when Nishan got out on the first delivery, and then when Travis had got out, they played around 8 overs, and in those 8 overs, they should be played just 10 deliveries. So they didn't actually, kind of take singles or doubles. That was very important in T20s. Once you change up the crease, once you change up the singles and doubles, you change up ends, and becomes more important because there's left-hander, right-hander. You should have taken that kind of a beneficial also as a batting lineup team. We didn't take it. Travis had kept on batting a lot and put pressure more on him as the boundaries, the over boundaries had dried up. So pressure more on him, and he kind of fluttered towards the end. Even I was not happy with his 20 performance. I think once you have played for the national team, the shoulder of responsibility increases. Those responsibilities should have an increase, and this is your game to take this team out of the trouble. Plus, and also the team line. When we made that analysis after the auction, we're always looking for that one player who would come and play those kind of a knocks. So you are under trouble. The entire SRS batting lineup you see from top to bottom, they all are power hitters. All are power hitters apart from Nitish Reddy. So that one guy, Nitish Reddy, is the guy who will be their balanced player. The one we play, all the games, the video games we play, there's radical, balance, and power hitter, brute. So all the players from top to bottom are brute. They need one player who's the balanced one who can give you runs when you are under pressure, you're in trouble. So yeah, and then as I mentioned, the bowling lineup, terrible, terrible lineup. I mean, Shami hasn't been in his form. Herschel Patel hasn't looking good. I mean, Cummins hasn't looked good at all. Zampa, I mean, I rate Zampa a lot highly. I keep Zampa and Rashid as the two best bowlers in
Yeah,
T20s
Zampa
at
actually
the
has
moment.
struggled
Zampa has gone
in
for
both the
cleaners in today's
games.
match,
Zampa
especially
struggled in
Pooran.
both the games. And today
Pooran,
also,
the
I think
way
last
he,
over, Samad also went after him.
Yeah,
yeah,
Samad is
Yeah,
not
so
a player
again,
who can play too
another
well.
kid who has been in SRH for some 4 years, and today he smashed them only.
I think this is a season of smashing your ex teams.
Yeah,
I think even the last game, I understand there's a bit of a due, as Cummins mentioned towards the end in the in the presentation. So maybe not easy for the Zampa or leg spinner to hold the ball. But even the last game, in the afternoon game, he went for so many runs, went for so many runs. Sanaga's leaked 74 runs in the last game, in the last 5 overs of the dead. 74 in the last five. Now they haven't really reached the positions. I think they leaked around 60 today, 60, 65. So economy of 13 or 14 at that stage, especially when you are defending a total, is not good enough. That means when you are going to bowl first at some stage of the tournament, you're going for around 80 runs. And I mean, if I am the captain, if I am the captain of any opponent side, I would just say Sunrisers should be chasing. The entire pressure should be on the batting lineup. It's not easy. If you have put 250 in the first innings, it's a different story when you are being asked to chase 250 in the second. It's a total different story. Batsmen now need to think a lot going into the next game. What's the next game now? Where are you
yeah,
going to play
their next
now?
game is against Delhi Capitals at Vishakhapatnam on Sunday afternoon.
Oh yeah, Sunday afternoon. It's the afternoon game. Vizag should be a good crack. Should be an easy game for them now because we saw Vizag, absolutely better. But if the sun remains the same, they're
Yeah,
going to
but
be a bit.
considering it's an
And
afternoon game, so then the dew factor won't be that much. They won't be there. So, I mean, now how much the track will respond under the sun, that's also gonna be
yeah,
seen.
yeah. I think I wrote one preview and I saw that they played one game. Sunrisers played one game against Delhi in Vishakhapatnam in 2019 IPL. The one game that they played. So new challenge for them. Not easy to go to Vishakhapatnam.
Okay, they have played once in Vizag, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. 2019, 2019 they played there. Uh,
Okay, I think that was the playoff game, if I'm not wrong. Yeah,
yeah,
ACL
yeah,
wins.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So I remember
That
that
guy.
game. I think Bhuvi just didn't bowl the 19th over. Kane
Movie.
made a mistake. He gave Basil Thampi the over, and Pant smashed him there.
Yeah, that was the game. I think that guy, Timo Paul, he also played that game. I'm not sure. But I think he played that game too.
Yeah,
I'm not
Timo
sure
Paul
about it. Oh,
hit Khalil for a four in that last ball, last or second last ball.
yeah, yeah, memory sharp. Or whatever. But yeah, tomorrow, are you excited, Shaktushi, or you're nervous?
I can ask this to you also, but since you have asked me, so let me say, to be honest, looking at all those records, CSK should be ahead. But then again, I mean, last day CSK, I would say they panicked a lot. So
I'm happy.
I think
You
now
know,
Ritik
you
has
know
also
what?
come here, and since the question has come up, so there's two RCB versus two CSK on the show. But anyways, so
You
the last
know,
day I think CSK could have just made the chase so much difficult against MI. I mean, they could have finished it easily, but they lost some useless wickets by the end of the chase. And had Rachin got out, things may not have been sweet for CSK that day.
Rachin hold the end very well that match.
Yeah, so had Rachin got out, I mean, you were stuck with Dhoni and Jadeja at the end, and someone bowling
And
spin for the
considering
last two
Dhoni's
overs. Things would have been
weakness
difficult.
against spin and his Dhoni's weakness against spin in the recent years, I think the match would have been a bit more interesting.
Yeah,
you know, few of the reasons I'm happy going tomorrow is one of the when I saw that prediction sheet, and every game was falling according to it. I saw CSK losing to RCB tomorrow, and then I saw that SRH was going to win today, but they lost. So I'm a bit relieved now that the sheet is not totally right. That's the first reason for me to be happy. That tomorrow we can go with confidence. Secondly, I'm happy that CSK is playing a game at Chidambaram Stadium where RCB hasn't won since the opening season of the IPL.
yeah.
Last
So I
time
mean,
they
had
beat
it been
CSK.
Chittaswamy, I would have said RCB is ahead because I
Yeah,
think they required Arsenal in the batting fire, the firepower in that batting more than CSK. Honestly speaking, But yeah, Chepauk CSK should back themselves.
Should actually, especially with the kind of record they have and the way they perform with the spinners. I don't think most of the RCB batters can play spin. Virat can't play spin. Phil Salt can't play spin. Virat has so much, trouble against the left arm spinner Rabindra Deja. He got up to 4 times in the IPL at a strike rate of 110. Even against the left arm spin, which you have in Noor Ahmed, he has a strike rate of 107 in the IPLs in the last 3 years. Doesn't have a much against those two spinners. On the only good thing for him is Ashwin. Even against Ashwin, he has a strike rate of 120. So that's not a great one if you are playing as a batter at the opening position. The only batsman I need to get is Phil
And
Salt.
on the and on the flip side, I mean, CSK should be able to play RCB's bowling well on that track because who are their
Should
spin
be.
options? Kunal, Suyash,
I think
Liam.
Bhuvi is playing tomorrow. Bhuvi is playing tomorrow. I think Bhuvi is playing tomorrow. Dinesh has just mentioned that
So
Bhuvi had a
who's
bit of
sitting
a
out?
injury.
Rasik?
Should be. But he's not sure. He said it will be late call tomorrow in the evening. They will assess him how the fitness goes. I, if he's not 100% fit, as I always mention, if you are not 120% fit, going into a tough game, shouldn't play. But
Yeah, also in recent years, the Pacers have got some sort of a help in the early overs in Chipok. If we see even last day, Khalil bowled well in that power play, and Khalil spell just set up the game.
tomorrow game will be spicy, especially after what happened last year in the Chinnaswamy. The game will be spicy for sure, and broadcaster made it more spicier with some of the ads or revenues, whatever they made. Now tomorrow, whichever team wins the toss and choose to bowl first will be ahead, without a doubt. I saw the humidity level. Humidity level is around 90%. That means the dew will be a major factor tomorrow. Unlike the last game against Mumbai, where Surya mentioned that there wasn't much dew till the 17th over. If there is a dew, without a doubt, you choose to bowl first. Do you see Chennai making any changes in the squad, in the playing 11?
See, CSK, I think it's not. I mean, they shouldn't panic, and they should play the same team because most of the guys played well. Yeah, there can be questions over Sam Curran, over Deepak Huda, but I think just one game into the tournament, and it's not the right time to think so much. Let them play a few more, maybe a couple more, and then we can think about that.
Okay, Ritik is on mute from start. Ritik, any changes for RCB tomorrow, apart from Bhuvi's potential ability of the game?
No, I don't see any more changes. I think only that one of Bhuvaneshwar.
Who is the bowler looking forward to tomorrow? Josh Hazelwood or any spinner?
Spinner actually RCB. I don't think they have a great spin attack to be honest. But yeah, I mean if you talk about the Pacers, I think maybe Hazelwood.
Hazelwood. Abhishek, how crucial tomorrow Kunal Pandya's contribution would be? What's your view on it?
I mean, I mean, very much crucial. I think the way he bowled at the Edens, and I think it would be very much crucial for him if we don't get wickets in the power play. The spinners have to play a big role. I think.
What is the Chennai's batting lineup? They're starting with a left-hander in the start. They have lefty and a righty to start in a righty. Then they have one righty in the middle order. And that's my issue with the last
Yeah.
game. Why
Also,
did Dhoni remove
coming to
himself?
that, do you think Ritu should move up the order and push Tripathi at three again, or was it the correct one?
Nah, I think it's the correct one. I don't think Tripathi has the game to play in the middle order, especially at number three. I don't think he can play the spin well. Last year he struggled a lot, and I think Ritu has the game to play the spin well, even if he comes to the power play or whatever. You saw the last game. He used the feet brilliantly against Mr. Sandra. He's not an easy bowler. He's a very cunning bowler. So
Yeah.
the way he moved his feet and played those one of the shots, a few shots, the shot I loved the most was the one he, made some room to the left side, used his feet and played the one over the cow corner or over the offside towards cover, extra cover. That was a shot that I loved the day for the evening. So I think Ritu has the game to play at number three against the spinners, something which Tripathi won't have. Even when Tripathi was there with Fleming and MS Dhoni in the RPS, they used him in the power play as the opener. So Tripathi
Yeah.
might be the player whom they can say that give the favorite times to Ravinder settle down. You just go and score, 20 of 10 or even 30 of 15 or 20 levels. That will be settled down and nerves of Ravinder easily and Ritu again. My only question is why the right hander in the middle order? Lack of right handers means that uh, Suez can bowl easily. The good thing is Kunal won't bowl a lot of overs tomorrow. So Kunal won't bowl a lot of overs because there's so many left-handers. There is Ravindra,
Yeah,
there is
yeah. So
Dubey, there is Adija, there is
that's where maybe
Karim,
Liam's role will come into place
Liam.
because he is someone who has that two type of balls for the
Is
two-handed
Swapnil
type
not
of
bowling? No,
players.
Swapnil not playing for
If
RCB?
Swapnil is there, they can pick him, but then they have to drop another pacer. But again, Swapnil is also a left-arm spinner, so do you bring him in with so many left-handers in that lineup? They have got Rachin, they
And
have
that's
got
why
Dubey.
I thought I thought Chennai made a mistake by not promoting MS at number five or six at least in the last game. They had the chance to promote him. Once Deepak would have got out, which was a very, very bad shot, old shot of the entire evening. There's no need to play the shot from Deepak Huda. But once he got out, there was Sam Curran, who played a very, very poor shot again. And Zalija, who got run out. Another poor shot. The middle order is under question for CSK. When you have won the game, no doubt about it, you have won the game. But the style of winning is another thing. How do you have won is always the thing that comes to your mind when you move to the next game. And they look nervous. They look so nervous in that small kind of a chase. I know it's Mumbai Indians. You
Yeah,
don't want to give them room, but you look so nervous, and that's not something you don't want nervous energy going into a big game, especially at the start of a tournament. And Chennai are playing their two home games at the start. You want to make it home games count because of the kind of bowling or batting than what you would have. Most of the guys really, question their bowling or batting lineup when they're going to tour Wonkere or Chennaswamy or the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium. So these are the three grounds where they will be really, really scared of their bowling lineup. So when you're playing at home and then playing at a length, you're playing at a couple of back-to-back games at home. It's your job to play and make sure you wins by a big margin. You just polish your net run. You don't want to miss out on the qualification on the top four back-to-back seasons on net 100. You don't want it. And remember, your next game is in Guwahati. You may be bowling second. You may come and maybe the spinners will struggle. Then you're moving to they were playing one home game and then moving to on road. You're going to Narendra Modi Stadium and going to Wangkere and you're going to Eden and so many trips starts to buckle up. So the pressure will be more
Yeah,
once
once they anyways go on to the march onto the road. I mean, they may have to tinker with their bowling combinations a bit. Whether they maybe sometimes think of leaving out Ashwin and picking another Indian pacer, and that will be a question because I think Noor they may not think of dropping him. Jadeja anyways provides that batting thing. So if they have to drop a spinner, it's gonna be Ashwin.
yeah, and I love Ellis. I love Ellis bowling in the death
Yeah.
overs.
Also, I
Those
think
last four
Pathirana
overs he
at this
bowls.
point is injured. Fleming again confirmed today that he is recovering, but still not match fit.
If really Bhatirani is injured, how did he bowl in those nets? I'm really wondering now because if he's not fit enough, we saw videos of him bowling back to back to MS in the nets, kept on bowling. Why wasn't recovery stage then? Why just kept on bowling overs to MS at the time? Because he can actually injure you more going into a length of tournament. Remember how we struggled without Patirana in the last season. Real struggle, really bigly, especially in the business end of tournament. Patirana is one of those players I want him, especially with Ellis. I want to replace Pathirana with Sam Curran. I don't want that long batting lineup. We have a long batting lineup already with MS coming at 8. Ashwin can also bat. So once Pathirana joins Ellis, I think that depth over will be really sorted out. And that is something that you want going into the, especially on the roads, Wonkere, Bangalore, Edens, and all those
Yeah,
kind
and
of
at some
grounds.
point they have to think of those roads because if they qualify, they would end up playing on two of those roads, Hyderabad and Eden.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that they have to keep an eye on as once make their trip to the ground. But yeah, obviously, I don't want to ask the winning prediction. I know both of these, Abhishek and Ritik is supporting RCB and you are supporting CSK. So it's a matter of time. You mentioned CSK and those two RCB. But any prediction on the scores, just for fun, you know, just say what is going to be the score in the first innings.
I think it's
Whoever
gonna be a
bats.
170-ish game, 170 to 180-ish game.
yeah, same
Whoever
here.
bats first.
170 to 180. Yeah, I also believe.
Ritik,
Yeah, I
Ritik.
think 180 would be a good total. 180 would be a good total.
I think tomorrow RCB has they maybe sold it out for 120 or may score 210. I genuinely believe either they will finish on 130, 140, or they may go up to 200, 210. Nothing in between.
Yeah, I mean, 200,
Uh,
200 has been scored in last 2 years in quite a few matches in Chennai. If you see, I mean, against LSG, CSK did that. Against SRH, they did that. LSG 2023 also they did that. There was that game against Punjab where Sikandar Raza won it in the last ball, 3 runs
Yeah,
needed and he hit a four. That was also a 200 run chase. So yeah, 200 has been
also, that
scored
Lucknow game.
on multiple occasions in the last 2 years at Chepauk.
What about the pitch controversy going on? I think we should make a video on it once KKR plays a few more games. I think we may make a video on it. But what's the pitch
Yeah,
controversy
I
going
think
in your mind?
it has taken a widespread attention now. I mean, yeah, definitely there would be something to talk about from the fans' point of view, something to talk from the other team's point of view. But yeah, looking at it from a neutral point of view, definitely, I mean, um, KKR can definitely change their strategy. If the pitch doesn't change, they they can move out if they want. But yeah, because if they change the pitch drastically, that might hamper the domestic games also. So I
I
mean,
think whenever,
what does Ritik and Abhishek think about it?
yeah.
Ritik, you can talk about it.
I mean, just any short views. I mean, anyways, we will be making a detailed video on that, but just some short view which you have. I think Ritik is on mute. Hello. I think Ritik is on mute or his net is gone.
Whoa, whatever. I think whenever you make the video, I think you should invite your friend from Ujjwal to the video. I
Yeah,
just saw the
I think
post.
if I can have Shamujal and both you both, so that will create quite a spicy content.
I
Is
mean,
it regarding
already
that
has.
one, the curator's comments? Are we talking about that one?
Yeah, yeah. So Sujan
Okay, okay.
Mukherjee, he said something, and then
I think
there was some trending on
you know.
Twitter and whatever.
You mentioned it will be spicy if we both, me and someone, so gets on the video, but it hasn't been started well. Today I saw the morning that he has written something, and then I put a post on Facebook, and he ended up giving a ha ha react. So he's not happy with what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is just change your own franchise. And I am sure Ramochil hasn't really admitted with what I'm saying, my statements. So it'd be nice to bring both of us and also Ritom. Ritom in the chat, we have a nice talk about it. And Ritom also feels kind of he's in my court. So I think both of us can give a bit of a think process to it. And how it's good to have a KKR franchise, KKR fanboy in that video, especially because how he feels and what his plan is. But honestly, I don't think it's a solution. I mean, what my two questions is: one, first question is why can't KKR change the balance of the squad? If they are going to the pace friendly track, just change your whole squad. And
Yeah, and
secondly,
I mean, yeah,
why?
that's the point because it's not like it has happened overnight. The Eden track has changed from being a minefield to being a good batting deck with a
And
bit
that
of
is
help for
the
the Pacers from
ah,
2016 or 17, if I'm not wrong.
and that is the second question. How did they win last time around then? They won so many games at home last season. How did that happen then? In the same pitch, the curator is there for last more than 2 3 years. How is that happening last year that they won the games in the Eden Gardens last season? Suddenly, after one defeat, it's not even that they have lost 4 5 defeats together. They have just one defeat. And that because of that batting lineup, not even with that bowling lineup, just because the
Yeah,
batting has failed, they have lost the game. Doesn't mean you just put the finger on the curator who has been there long time. And I am really laughing with the comment of Simon Duke. He said, funnily said that they should change their home base. That's not easy. That's not an easy job to change your home base. Has it been that much easy? We might have seen a different team playing in Bangalore. RC may have changed their venue by now. I mean,
RCB would
they
have
have
changed it
most
the
of it.
first. I think the first time. I think considering their record at the home.
That is my point. So I think we should make a video
Yeah,
after
also
one after a
also
little.
Chepauk has changed a lot over the last 3 4 years. I mean,
Yeah,
2019, you see
even
Chepauk
even
was
Kotla.
140, 150, too much, and now
If
200
even
has been
even
Even
Hyderabad,
broken on
even
multiple
Hyderabad, I
occasions.
think they used to win 140
Yeah,
matches,
Hyderabad. So
140
Hyderabad
games
back
by
in
taking
three
Rashid
four years
Khan.
back, it was
Yeah,
sort of a sluggish track, 150, 160 sort of games, and now it has become
140 even also
absolute
they
deathbed.
defended. I remember by
Yeah,
Rashid
so I
Khan
mean
and
that
all the spinners.
those two
Yeah,
finals which Mumbai won by a solitary run. Those two have both happened in Hyderabad.
Yeah,
Yeah, even Kotla was different. Kotla was one of the spinning tracks, then they made it a belter. The only few grounds who hasn't changed is Wankhede, Bangalore. So Rajasthan, maybe Jaipur doesn't play a lot of games in the IPL this
even
time around.
Ekana Stadium has
Most of the
changed now.
Yeah, even Ekana has changed this year. Once it
yeah,
starts on Tuesday, we'll get to know. But see,
but yeah.
whatever we got to see in the WPL, it was a pretty good batting deck, not the Ekana which we saw in 23 or even in 24.
So I think we should make a video after a few games. Let's say 4 games, 4 home games for Kolkata, which will be by April last week or maybe the second last week, and then we can actually have a say on those KKR fans and yeah, whatever it is. But they won't love my comments at all, as most don't. But yeah, doesn't really matter a lot. I made that comment. I can't actually open Facebook. Most of them are going after me since then, but it has become a bit of a honesty. It's not an issue for new, nothing new to me. Most of the comments are after me, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, can we finish now or whatever?
Yeah, so I
Yeah, I
think that's
think
it.
it's a good been.
Uh,
It has been a good half an hour discussion. So yeah,
yeah, I think the views have been decent, but although the comments haven't come up a lot, so maybe hoping a lot more comments if we can come up live tomorrow after a spicy encounter or whatever we get. So I think time to wrap it up today and pull the curtains. So thanks to all three of you
Thank
and
you.
thank you
whoever
all.
watched
Thank you all.
this live. So cheers, more
Thank you all.
content coming up.
Thank you so much.
And
Cheers,
also
guys.
Ritik has put,
Cheers.
and
Good
also
night.
Ritik has put up a short. So guys, please watch it, please share it,
You can
and please like
also
it.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.